Hello, America. This is Dave. TV's Dave Galvin back again. Yeah, I did miss Thursday's podcast because you can't really see this in the recording. I have a slight eye infection, and it was really bad. It was really swollen. I actually caught it on the Carnival Cruise that I was on, and it was actually my mistake. I think I was walking down like a staircase or something, and I had my hand on the handrail, and of course, you have it on your handrail, then you just kind of reach up and you kind of scratch your eye or whatever. And the next thing you know, you got an eye infection. So I'm going to add hand sanitizer to the list of stuff I always got to carry with me. The sanitation stations, the place where you get the hand sanitizer on the ships, are always blocked by 1,000 people. So, yeah, you know, what are you going to do? My last cruise was a Royal Caribbean on the Liberty Bibbity of the Seas. I didn't particularly care much for that cruise either. It was just the ship I didn't care for. However, the joins there were just as bad. I caught a cold, so I had a cold coming home, and I was talking like this. I sounded like Lucille Ball there towards the end. Ah, Mr. Mooney, I want to meet John Wayne. Ah, you know, that sort of thing. So we're going to try and finish up a bit the Carnival Cruise, why I disliked everything so much. So other than the food and the service, which was mediocre generally, and the embarkation and the crappy drinks package, what did I think of the ports, which wasn't one way or the other Carnival's fault. I will say that Key West is a great place, but I spent most of my time following my wife around, wondering why I'm following her around, watching her shop. Nassau, we had an excursion, went to some islands so my wife could snorkel. I was bored to tears. Ocean Cay, I did enjoy a lot. Ocean Cay, I actually watched the YouTube videos prior to us leaving, and I enjoyed it because what I did is I just got on the path and I walked as far as I could. It was hot. It was so hot. And then I got to a point on the beach where all the drunken disorderly was kind of on one side. It was kind of where you first get there, and there's a billion people ignoring their children as they get drunk. They're ignoring their children at a beach while they get drunk. Smart move. And I went to a place that was significantly quieter, and Jashawn and I pulled up these chairs, and we just sat under trees, and when we wanted to get into water, we got into water. And that was that. It was very simple. It was very peaceful. It was very tranquil. I'm always looking for some peace and quiet. What most people don't understand about me is I'm a guy who's always looking for peace and quiet. I don't get it much at home, and so I'm also looking for it on my vacation. And this was the most peace and quiet I got on the entire vacation. I enjoyed my time at Half Moon Cay. I very much enjoyed it. What I disliked about Half Moon Cay is your drinks package that I spent $1,200 on doesn't transfer to the island like Royal Caribbean's does. Because apparently it's 1973 and nobody bothered to tell us. So what ends up happening is you end up buying your own drinks. Well, all those Pepsis that I saved, going from the warm Pepsis that I put in our fridge, I actually kept those in the fridge, and then I gathered them up, put them in a bag, and carried them with me. Yeah, I did that. I actually brought my own beverages. One thing I don't understand, and maybe somebody could actually comment in the comment section here, when you get on the ship from the private island, and Royal Caribbean does this too, they literally will x-ray everything you're bringing aboard, all your bags and stuff. I don't understand this. I get it when you're going from Florida or Key West. I get it when you're going from Key West in. I get it when you're going from any port from the Bahamas or whatever. Make sure you're not bringing contraband. You're not allowed to bring, obviously, Cuban cigars into America, and so forth and so forth. Weapons, whatever. You want to make sure that gets controlled. But you're coming from the private island that they control. Are you not allowed to bring in a, can of Pepsi? It doesn't make any sense to me. At the very end, the line to get onto the tender ship, because the island does not have a working pier at this moment. They're building one as we speak, and it will be ready by 2026. You have to be tender boated in. In other words, you got to get on a small boat and dragged in. So the line to get off the island was crazy. So Jashawn and I just hung out in the shade at the bar, and we made some friends, and we sat there and we chit-chatted, and John and his lovely wife, whose name is escaping me right now, and we sat there and we just joked and just kind of chilled together for a little while. The funny thing was, is we were literally just sitting there for so long just talking. They ended up going, "You guys have to go. This is the last boat." So we go running towards the where the tender boats are, and we missed the last boat. We missed the last boat. They had to put us on the boat where the employees are going. So there was the employee boat from the island back to the ship. So that's us. That's how late we were. And it was my wife's fault because she had to use the bathroom. Everything's my wife's fault. Anyway, the last thing I have to say about the ship, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it. The people talk about it in whispers and blah, 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 blee, blee, blee. I'm just going to say it, is the clientele. I have never seen or experienced such a large quantity of, I'll just say it, white trash in my life. There are people out there literally yelling and cursing and screaming right in front of their kids. I mean, their kids are right there. Other people's kids are right there. And they're using expletives and profanities like it's nothing. These people, I suppose they want a vacation too. That doesn't necessarily mean I want to go on vacation with them. But these aren't necessarily people I really want to be around. The verbiage that they used and the drunkenness, how they were just drunk, drunkerton. They just didn't care. And Carnival, well, you pay for your drinks, you'll get one. Carnival didn't seem to cut anybody off as long as they were paying. And so I really didn't like this type of clientele. And I don't plan on going on any Carnival cruise ever again, mainly because of that. And the stupid drinks package. And that's it. My podcast is for 10 minutes or less. We're about to hit the 10-minute mark coming up here real soon. Thank you very much for listening to me, and I look forward to the comments that are going to come based on my experiences. Please hit the like button. Have a great day.